Hello friends, today we will see a bit about devotion. What is devotion? The love shown towards God is devotion. That's all. Simple. Okay, nothing complicated. How different is that love, which is devotion, compared to the ones which we show towards our parents or friends? Is it the same? We all tend to think that it is the same, but it is not. Because with our parents or friends, we interact with them. Yeah? We interact, we show our love, we get a response back. That's how it goes on with our parents and friends. But with God, we tend to believe that it is the same love which we show towards God, but it's not. I'll explain that. Think of a God, your favorite God, Rama, Krishna, or Jesus, or anyone. You love him with all your heart. Okay? Now, keep that aside, and I'm a nasty guy, and I'm saying that for me, money is God. Wealth is God. And I love my money like the way how you love God. Okay, so you are loving God. I'm loving money. Both are devotion. Both are love. Okay, for me, money is God. For you, someone is God. Is there anything similar in this case? Or is there anything which is not the same here? Technically, they are the same. In what sense? See, if you know God personally, then I should shut up. I cannot say anything. Yeah? But someone has said that this is God, X or Y or Z. That is a thought coming from somewhere. Just like the way how we have thousands of other thoughts in our mind, someone is a God is a thought in your mind. And in my mind, I'm more practical. At least I see money with my eyes. And I know that it can help me in many places. Yeah? So, these two are just thoughts. And then this person is a God, is an idea which is based around this thought. Okay? And then you tend to love that particular God and show him affection. So, altogether, it's a concept in your mind based on one single thought. Just imagine, instead of that person, if someone would have said, there is some God in South Africa, any name, yeah, and that is the God. If they would have said that when you were 1 year old, then you would be going behind that God and you would be loving that God. So it's all a thought. That's all. Nothing more. Is that devotion and love? Yes, we think that it is love and devotion towards God and so. No, that is not devotion. That is not love towards God. It is love towards your thought. That's it. Nothing to do with God. Likewise, in my case, I am loving money. Love is true. Yeah? Money is not God. It is just a thought in my mind. This is the way, this is the logic through which all the humans operate. We have a concept, we love that concept and we say that we love God. No, that is not devotion. That is not true devotion. So, am I trying to say that there is no God and so on? No, no, no. There is God. There is true devotion. There is pure love. It's all there. All I am saying is, what we have in our mind as concepts do not count as devotion or love. That's it. So, what exactly is devotion then? As we said, devotion is nothing but love. Love or affection or anything shown towards God is devotion. What is love then? Love contains two parts. It is the sum total of two components. One is the amount of giving and the amount of getting. These two components constitute love. I'll explain. If I love my father, I expect my father to give me certain things. It could be respect, money, or this, or whatever. And then I give him something back. These two components constitute my love towards my father. And the same logic applies for everyone whom we come across. Everyone. It's always these two components, giving, taking. It's all transaction. If I come across my son, the amount of things which I am ready to give to him will be more. So my love towards my son will be, for example, 70% giving, 30% taking. One day, if my son runs away from my house, saying, or kicks me out of the house, then what happens? The numbers gets adjusted. I'm not going to expect, or let's say get anything back from him, yeah, and I'm left with only one option. I mean, either I can give, I can show him love, or no, nothing. So what I'm trying to say is, these two components play a major role in love. It could be towards anyone. For example, if someone goes to a prostitute, for example, he has no intention of giving anything. His major goal is to get something. So in that case, getting is 100%, giving is 0. That is the lowest form of love. In fact, it is not love at all. It is just getting. In our, let's say, day-to-day life, in our families, what happens is, it will be 50-50. We do something for others, they do something back. 50-50. It always goes like that. If they do more, we tend to do more. If they go down, we tend to go down. It's routine. The third level is where we do things for others without caring what they do to us. So it's purely giving. Just give without expecting anything back. It is not the expectation which matters. Even if the other person, for example, if I love someone so much, I don't really care what they do. I will be just loving them. Even if they shout at me or whatever, it does not even enter my ears. That is because I love them, and my love towards them does not include them at all. It's a complex thing. I love someone for love's sake, not for that person's sake. So even if that particular person is going to shout or argue or fight, it does not matter to me. It's a bit complex. See, the difference is the prostitute person whom we mentioned earlier, that guy is egocentric. That means, his ego is very strong. The sense of I is very strong. With the I being very strong, you cannot give. You just cannot give because you need something to stabilize the I. You need something for the I. You save, you get. But as we gradually move to the other end of the spectrum, what we are trying to do is the concept of I and me, the selfishness, will be slowly gone. In that state, what happens is we ourselves become love. There is no such concept of getting. Where do you attach it? If the I sense, it's not the literal disappearance of the I sense and so on. No, it's a state. It's a state. Love is a state, yeah, where you do not even think of what you get or what you give. You just be there in that state. It's pure love. You just love. If they ask why and so on, you can give many reasons. Expressions of love. Yeah? If you look at the saints, they express their loves through various ways. Like if you look at the rituals which are being carried out in temples, they are all expressions of love. Yeah? Pouring water or paneer, or they are all expressions of love, but the actions are not love. But what we try to do is we try to copy those things as rituals, thinking that by doing this is devotion. No, that is wrong. For the person who did start all these things, it was an expression of his love. The way we express our love to others could be in various ways. It does not matter what we do. Especially towards God, it does not matter how we express. It is the love which matters. You know the story about the Kannappa Nayanar? He was stamping on the Shivalinga and he was about to take his eye. But he took one eye and he was about to take the other one. As a ritual, how do you see this? Stamping on Shivalinga, how cruel or how bad it is. But for him, the actions, the expressions of his devotion does not matter. He will be like that because he is just ready to give anything for God. That is true devotion. You just go to temple and say, oh Lord, Lord. No, it's all useless, literally. So, to love God, what can we do? How much do we love God? When people say, they say, if someone asks, how much do you love me? They say, this much, this much. Love is not measured in centimeters or meters. We cannot. One can love others to the extent to which he loves himself. That's it. Nothing more. If I am a person who is always moody and I hate myself for various reasons, it could be anything, yeah? Maybe my body is too big or too small and I am too lean and I don't look good. Any reason. If I do not like myself, I cannot love others. Simple. I just can't love. Because I can love others to the extent I love myself. So the best thing what we all should be doing is try to love ourselves. It's not the egocentric, like I'm a big guy, I'm famous. No, I'm not talking from that perspective. Love ourselves. See, maybe you would have noticed when someone is in a moody state, and usually they just carry out their activities without even looking at the mirrors and so on. But when they hear someone is loving them, even this moody or ugly person, then this person tends to spend more time in the mirror trying to make them look better and so on. What is the logic? It is nothing but they start to love themselves so that they can love others to the same extent. It's you see the logic. It goes on like that. You can only love others to the extent you love yourself. That's it. So if you want to love God, if you want to have devotion towards God, there is only one way. You love yourself, your soul. If we do that, then we become love. It's a state. Love is not an object, it's a state. If we get to that state, then it spreads to others. What happens is when we become love, you cannot control it. It just spreads easily. But to become love, you have to remove a lot of other things. Then only it is possible. For example, if you have anger, if you hate someone, if you shout at others and so on, you cannot love. The love which I am talking, we cannot have it. Transactions are possible, but the pure love which I am talking about is not possible. Let's say there are 100 people and you hate one of your friend. Yeah, there are 100 friends and you hate one. We cannot become love. It is not about the one person which matters. It is about the hatred in our mind which matters. If there is hatred, love cannot take that place. Hatred will remain. That's the reason why we say remove the hatred always. Forgive and forget. Leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it. If you push away all the things, then we will come to know that love is our natural state. It's just it's not something new which is coming on top of us. It is our natural state, and we will be in that state, and in that state we will know what love is. It has got nothing to do with others. Yeah, whoever we look towards, we will feel the love which radiates from us. Okay, in the next video I'll talk more about Saranagati and the other aspects of love and devotion. Thank you.